Peace. So, how do y'all like my new little setup here? Like, I got my drone out that has no business being out here. Just no reason for it to be out except for you guys to look at it and to know that I have this drone. And then my GoPro that is facing me, but it is actually not on at all. Just another prop to just fill in the space. But I got this little desk, all right? And then I got these other things back here, all equipment that I do actually use, just not using them now. And none of these people are sponsoring me at all. It's just eye candy. Tell me what you think, how you feel about my new little look. I'm still working on these lights, but if you guys got any suggestions about things that I should add or do to make this look better for you, let me know in the comments. In the meantime, roll my intro. So today's topic is hip hop fundamental basics. Number one thing to remember, hip hop dance started in the Bronx, okay? And the first original hip hop dance is breaking. Period. Dot. No debate. All right. So if you're teaching hip hop, please make sure you know what is breaking, all right? Please understand basic fundamentals of breaking, and also please understand the basic history and cultural relevance of breaking to hip hop culture. I'm just going to answer that question for you right now. If it wasn't for the breaker, hip hop doesn't exist. Okay, fight me. Now, moving on. The only other style of dance when it comes to hip hop is hip hop party social dances. Okay, when I say hip hop party social dance, it's important to add the hip hop section because social dances have existed since the beginning of time. Okay, social dance is exactly the way it sounds: a group of people socially together doing a dance. Okay, now when we add hip hop to that, we're saying these are the social dances created by people to hip hop music. Okay, made in the hip hop community to hip hop music in parties, in clubs, in the street. All right. So, first thing, breaking is the first original hip hop dance. The second dance is hip hop party social dances. The difference between breaking and the party social dances is breaking was not created to hip hop music because hip hop music did not exist. Okay? Hip hop music did not exist when breaking was created. When hip hop music was created, all right, then the dances that came after that to that type of music, all right, to those rhythms is what we're talking about when we say hip hop party social moves. So, breakers still dance to hip hop, right? But breaking wasn't created to hip hop, all right? So when we're talking about social dances, the hip hop social dances, we're talking about dances like steps like the Running Man or the Roger Rabbit or the Cabbage Patch, the Reebok, all of these dance moves, all right? Done in a club, pioneered in a club, made in a club, and then spread to the world. Okay, now we're going to focus on the party dance section, specifically the foundational move of the bounce. Now, the bounce goes up and down. Very simple, but it's not the only thing to consider when you're doing hip hop, but it is the base level fundamental that you must absolutely have. When we say bounce as in up and down, it's not as simple as just up and down, all right? You're going to drop down on the beat, okay? But when you drop down, you're not going to hang out down there, all right, and then stand up, okay? You're going to drop and bounce off of the beat. And as if there's a spring inside of your leg, you're going to compress the spring and then come straight back up. All right, you're going to bounce, 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 bounce. But you know, you can say it and then do it, and the two things really work together. Like the word literally sounds the way the move looks. I like it. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So when you hit that bounce, you drop the knee, and your body should spring right back up. Bounce, 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 bounce. All right. Then we're going to talk about another section, which is your grooves, but don't worry about that part yet. Watch this clip on me showing you a bounce. Okay, we've got that part showing you a bounce. Very simple, very easy. Now we're going to add the grooves. The groove is the movement you do between the bounce, all right? In short and simple, the movement between the bounce, all right? So you can groove side to side, all right? It's going to be across the hip and it's going to incorporate your upper body, right? So when you move side to side, this movement, woom, 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 all right? That can be your groove, the front and back. Woom, 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 woom. That is in the groove, all right? Get more comfortable with dropping and moving up top at the same time, you can add other movements like this swing roll, boom, right, where you drop the shoulder and lift, drop the shoulder and lift, okay? And you'll use these grooves and these bounces as your foundation as you begin to build a freestyle for hip hop or as you begin to build hip hop choreography. If you are creating choreography for hip hop and you're calling it hip hop and you don't have a bounce throughout your entire set of choreography or majority of your set where we can recognize that is the foundational move of the set, then it's not hip hop, okay? Make sure that you are training and that you are absolutely doing what it is that you say you're teaching. Okay, that being said, check this out. I'm going to add grooves to the bounce and I'm going to add variations, and then I'm going to add some hand movements in there so that you guys can see what you want to do if you just want to groove and chill. All right, check it out. Last thing before we get out of here, I gotta tell y'all a story. So I literally thought I was going to die and be ate up by a dog that was flying as I was shooting this video. I think there's video of it actually. Yes, there is. Check it out. Yeah, so it turns out that these dogs are extremely lovely and they belong to people that I actually know, Sybilka and Danny, who live in the building that I was shooting against that I had no idea was even occupied. So my whole point of using this particular location was a few months ago, probably 6 or 7 months ago. I saw this spot and there was a huge mural that said Cincinnati, Ohio on it, and it was super dope. It looked like this. And I was like, yo, that would be dope to do this hip hop joint against that wall. Like, let's go do it. And I roll over there and it's completely painted over and there is some new art, something completely different. And I was like, oh, but this looks dope. So let's do it. So I go out there and I'm filming, and then all of a sudden I hear barking behind me and I almost die from a heart attack. And it turns out these awesome people live there. Now, I've known Sybilka for a decade, over a decade. And I have known of Danny for almost just as long, but have never actually heard or met him. I've only heard of him and seen, you know, his stuff up around the city. This guy is an OG wall writer, graffiti artist, letter artist in the city. And if you don't know him and you're in Cincinnati, definitely link up. I'm going to put both of their Instagram pages at the bottom. But Sybilka is also but Sybilka is also a photographer, great photographer. She actually snapped some really amazing shots while I was out on location. So it was dope to see them. Danny came out and offered to talk a little bit about the pieces on the wall. So I got a little clip of him sharing about the wall and about what he does. And then Sybilka's taking some really dope pictures, and it was just an amazing, amazing experience, even better than what I thought it was going to be when I went out there to just shoot for this video. So make sure that you guys go and follow them on Instagram, and let me know what you think about this entire thing and what you would like to see me show you guys next. Boom.
Yo, okay, listen. This is the wildest, let me tell you, look, real wild. Okay, first of all, hold on. You know what? I'm not even going to say it. Introduce yourself, man.
Danny Gamble, Cincinnati, IOK, FST.
You don't even know. You don't know, okay? You want to talk about wall art in Cincinnati? For real, like status, OG, right? So what's crazy is we have a mutual student, all right? An amazingly talented young man.
Young Griffs.
Mr. Griffs. Jeremy Griffin. He still ain't got a breaking name yet, but we're working on that. You know what I'm saying? But, backstory. So, in trying to create something a little different, right, other than just filming in my backyard, I decided, yo, when I'm going to shoot these videos, I can just show you guys a little bit of the city while I do that. Show you something in the city, do the steps. You can learn something when it gets warmer. You can come out and visit these places. So I said, yo, this spot out here on Reading and Liberty, man, I've like driven past this place a million times. There's always some dope wall art up, and I'm like, that's the spot. But here's the thing, I haven't been over here in a while, and the last piece that was up was in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yep.
And I was like, yo, that would be crazy.
Yep.
I brought the drone out. I was like, yo, I'm about to get a wide shot of that and this and that and the other. And I drove past it and I was like,
too late. You got changed.
Dang, it's gone. But still a super dope piece. So I'm gonna let Gam talk to you about what the piece is and what his inspiration was about it, and like how he throws stuff, when he decides to throw stuff up on this wall.
Well, I can tell you every year at the beginning of December, Art Basel happens in Miami. So not this past December, but the December before, a bunch of people I knew were down there, and they're posting all this tropical, we're in Miami, living the dream stuff. So it was like December 3rd. So that's when we put that Cincinnati up there. We did that in like 3.5 hours, me and my dude Ben, and let that run for a whole year. And then again, it was like December 15th this past December, and so this is like what I call the interstate paint sprayers. So we got SA from Chicago, MUL crew, Titan FST out of Louisville, Sense Fab crew out of Indianapolis, and then myself with the Gamble piece. And then we have like the automated paint sprayers brushing it all, airbrushing, paint spraying it all in the air.
Yo, this is what's so dope about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, And I'm sure y'all probably heard me beating out here with this music. And we're like, what's going, who is out in these streets beating like that? And they came out, I'm not gonna lie, all right? Their little Doge came out and I felt like I was gonna die because it was right above my head on the roof. And I'm like, oh my God, these dogs living on the roofs like, yo, we own this spot. I was terrified, not gonna lie. But then I see a familiar face and I was like, what? This face right here, this face. Y'all know, hey! Being camera shy today, but yo, I cannot say enough how much I appreciate this wall, how much I appreciate what you do in the city. How long you been getting down like this, man?
Since like 94, 95 is when I really started messing around. I was like 14.
Yo, crazy, bananas, real. This is what hip hop is about. And if y'all don't know what's going on in the city, like, y'all need to get hip for real. Like, I knew about the guy. I've never met you.
We have not met. Yeah.
So this is bananas.
Lots of mutuals.
Tons of mutuals. And plus, people talk about him all the time, especially Jeremy. Be like, yo, man, this guy. Hey, anyway, keep it popping. Coming back at you with some more dance clips, more history from the city. This is what we do, y'all. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you soon.
Okay, there is one last thing I wanted to talk about, okay? And it has to do with this rapper, all right? So I was supposed to sit here and shoot this video, and then at the end I was supposed to be like, oh my God. And then this one other thing that Sybilka did was she made banana bread, okay? And this banana bread was like banana bread on steroids. Like, it was crazy. It had like ginger and like blueberries and all kinds of stuff in it, and it was delicious.